This conference will now be recorded.
Last class, we started creating Visual Force page, right? Let me do it from the scratch again. I go to login.salesforce.com, rupam@of105.com, password crm1234 hash. I press enter. I will redo the same thing that I did yesterday, right? So that if anybody would have joined or missed yesterday's class, join today onwards, they shouldn't be having any trouble in understanding. I'm in my developer environment. I click on setup. I click on developer console. My developer console opens up, right? My developer console opens up. Perfect, right? I close everything. Do you want to close it? Yes. There we go. This is how your developer console looks. File, new, Visual Force page. VF underscore 2101 underscore my main main page. Today's date. This is the way I can give a name without a space. Whenever you want a space, you cannot give a space. You have to give an underscore. You can give any name to your page. Any name can be given to your page. I click on OK. A page got created. Every page by default will have this page command, apex page. You cannot write any program below this page command. No. You have to write a command only within this page. Inside the page you have to write. Not page start, page ends. Page start, page end. This is a command. There are total 105 to 107 commands available in Visual Force. With this 105 commands, you can do anything of this world. That is the reason why Visual Force is superior compared to your JavaScript, compared to your ASP.NET, right? Compared to your Python scripting, Perl scripting, things which you can do by writing 100 lines in Salesforce Visual Force environment. You can do it the same output. You can get it by writing 10 lines. 100:10 ratio. So you can understand that 90% fewer programming, 90% less programming compared to another programming language. So Apex Visual Force environment is very robust. Visual Force environment uses a reserved keywords, right? And if you use those reserved keywords, right? Suppose I say code 2, immediately there could be some set of people for whom this code 2 word has just bounced back. What is that code 2? They don't even know the meaning of code 2. They might be imagining what this could be, right? In their dictionary, in their brain, they are searching this word and trying to find the meaning. If they're not able to find the meaning from their brain, then they will use an artificial brain called as Google, and they will type the word kottu there and search. Kottu means to beat in Telugu. I'm just using a word from Telugu dictionary called as kottu. That means to beat. Vanakkam. I'm using another word. Half of you might be bouncing. Few of you might be knowing, right? Vanakkam. Namaste. In English, good morning or a wish, right? Have a nice day, something like that, a wish, right? Ciao, ciao. See, everywhere in different languages, there are different words are reserved. Those reserved word has a specific defined meaning, which you can't change, right? I can't change these words as per my wish, right? Otherwise, people will call me mad, right? I have to follow the dictionary, right? And I have to use those words, and those words has a specific meaning. Same way, Visualforce also has some reserved words which has a meaning. The first word that we learned yesterday was apex page block. Apex page block. Apex page block. Almost all the command, not almost, not all. There are few commands. Most of the command will have an opening and closing. Opening of the page block at line number 2, closing of page block at line number 3. Opening of page block at line number 2, closing of page block at line number 3. Right? Apex page block. Whenever after the page block, when I go ahead and press space bar, I get attributes. These are the attributes which are supported by the page block. I will say apex page block title equals to, right? Title is equals to registration. Registration. Apex page block. Next, what this will do? Control S. Wait, saving, saved. Now click preview. You will get the output. You will get the output. You will get the output. It's coming up. See? Rupam. Hey, we didn't use sidebar false, show header false because you're in the lightning. If you have executed the same page, right? Here, from where did I execute it? I executed this page from lightning environment. From lightning environment. Now I click on my beautiful pick and I click on switch to classic. I'm switching to classic environment. I'm switching to the classic environment, right? And then what I do, I close the preview that came and then I click on preview, right? Did I made some changes? Control S, saving, preview. When I open in the classic, the same page is showing sidebar, which whatever I highlighted is called sidebar. Whatever I highlighted is called header. It is showing sidebar and header, same page. In lightning, sidebar and header is not there. Same page, no code change. When I come to classic and I execute, I get not in a blank page. Earlier I got in a blank page. Now I got it inside this. I want to remove this sidebar. Whenever you want to remove the sidebar, apex page, I have a property called as, right, sidebar. And you can see it's a boolean. Sidebar equals to false. Space. Right? Control S. Go ahead and see the output. Here we go. The sidebar is gone. The header is remaining. This is header. This whole header part is there. I won't even throw this out. I want to make my own page. I want to create my own development, own style. Space. Scroll down. Show header. Show header. Guys, am I not audible?
Audible, Rupam.
Right?
Yeah. Rupam, I have one doubt. Sorry
Right.
to interrupt.
Tell me 1 minute. Just give me a minute. Somebody's what is Divashish? Can you hear me?
Oh, actually, your voice is breaking in between sometimes, Rupam. I'm not sure.
No, shouldn't be others. I don't think so. I am in a very good internet.
Audible.
Is it breaking?
It's
No,
not
it's
breaking
not.
for me. No.
right?
No,
At least
Rupam.
I'm in 100 Mbps connection. From my side, absolutely no issues. You can see my upload speed and my download speed is very much stable. It's not fluctuating. See 8990, 8990, 8990. Please check your speed, your connection, right? Perfect. Speed test done. Okay, right. So come here.
Rupam.
Yes, tell me.
Okay. So in the Lightning, it's directly reflecting in the preview page without any the Salesforce like contacts or any toolbars, anything. So in the real time, so we have to work as per the company requirements, or we can work on Lightning, or we need to work on Classic.
Okay, good, call it out. Whether you are working in Lightning, whether you're in Classic, Visual Force is a Classic. Remember this,
Okay.
right?
So
Visual
max
Force is a
max the
Classic.
max the time it will be in the Classic only.
Right, Classic. Only difference is that here I'm manually placing false,
Yeah.
right? Other than this two command, there's whether you execute in Lightning, whether you execute it from Classic, it's all the same.
Yeah, but
There is
in
no change.
Lightning we need not to write this command, right? Sidebar command.
Just only one command. Just for that one command, don't think that you're doing a Lightning development. No, Lightning development is a separate type of development which we are
Mhm.
starting from this Saturday. That is the reason I gave you an invitation yesterday. Guys, there is a Lightning train leaving from platform number 2 on Saturday 9:30. Passenger developers interested to board the Lightning train can please contact your admin, right? Your booking counter, right? Get the ticket, start boarding, right? First 3 station will be free ride. After third station, you have to go ahead and you have to buy the ticket, right? The
So Rupam, I
announcement.
have already spoken with my admin. So he
That's
said,
okay.
yeah.
Fine. You can right. Okay. So remember that visual force, and that's exactly what I did yesterday. I was showing you in the starting of the development itself. I was walking you through what are the different types, what are the developments available: UI development, logic development. In the UI development, there are 3: Visual Force, which is a classic is Visual Force framework. Lightning is Aura framework. LWC is Advance of Lightning framework. There are 3 developments. Your course currently covers only Visual Force. That's a classic development. UI, classic UI development is been covered, right?
Rupam, I have one more question.
Please.
Um, while we are in the process of learning Visual Force, can we also join parallelly Lightning? There is no, I mean, it's like we have to first complete this and then move on to Lightning.
Realistically,
Yeah.
right answer is no.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But still, I gave invitation. The reason I gave you yesterday also.
Mm.
Actually, after completion of 30% only, you are eligible for joining Lightning.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
After minimum requirement is that you should complete 30% of your development, then only you're eligible for Lightning. Right.
Mm.
Now, why I invited you for this? Why am I inviting you for the Lightning class to join? The reason is that, right, by next week ending, because this week 23rd will be demo class, then on 24th it will be a basic class. By the time we come to the core class, you will have another 5 days where you would be completing, right? You would be completing some basics of development. By the time we will be completing almost 10 development classes, 10 development classes would be over. Hence, you would be with par, right? You would be with par. It's something like, one the concept that is required for lightning to be known, you will learn in that week. In the same week ending, you'll be using that concept in lightning. With me, what I'm saying? Yes.
Yeah, got
Yes,
it. Yeah.
yes,
Right?
Rupam, got it.
Because that's a weekly classes, right? So by the time we come to Saturday and Sunday, already Monday to Friday 5 classes will be over in development. So whatever is required for Saturday Sunday class, right, would be covered, right? So don't worry about it. Otherwise, I don't invite. For example, with the batch number 106, I'm not inviting them. So for the lightning, they have to wait for the next lightning batch, even though they are just one step behind you. They are just 106 batch in the evening, 5 o'clock is just one step behind you. They are in the last edge automation. They are in the flows. They are doing the flows. So another 4-5 classes, they will be again on development, but I'm not inviting them because 4-5 classes, that means no, they will not be able to pace up with the things happening in the development versus there, because we need them and they will not. So I'm not inviting them. Right? Perfect. Any other questions?
One more last, if you allow me. So
Please.
nowadays in most of the opportunities that we receive, they are asking for the lightning experience. So the
Yeah.
current development is going on in lightning only. They are no more
Yes.
using the Apex. Okay.
No, I will not say that they are no more using this Visual Force, whatever we are doing. No, they are.
Uh-huh. Okay.
There are certain, see, all the new projects are coming in Lightning. All the existing projects, companies which have implemented Salesforce 5 years back, 4 years back, they are still in Classic, right? They have
Okay.
implemented in this way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now they will be migrating slowly,
Oh, okay. Okay.
right? So see, Lightning is just a 2 years, 3 years back technology. That
Yes.
time nobody was using it, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, all big companies are there from last 5 years, 6 years. 6 years back, there was no Lightning. It was only Visual Force, whatever you're doing right now, right? So those companies have not yet initiated the migration. They are still on Classic. They're still on
Okay.
Classic.
Okay.
So hence, they need a people with Classic exposure and Lightning
And
exposure,
lightning. Got it. Yeah.
because now they want to make a migration. To make a migration, first you have to check the code, what is there in the Classic, and then you have to do an equal programming in the Lightning. Don't we have a tool to convert this? No. There is no tool available from Salesforce which can convert a Classic to a Lightning. No migration tool available, right? So then what Salesforce is doing? Salesforce is saying, okay, you don't want to migrate, don't migrate. Same Classic screen, they are accommodating in Lightning. That is what I just showed you. Same Visual Force in Lightning can also be done. But don't think that you are doing a Lightning programming. It is just that the Lightning platform is supporting Visual Force. Lightning's platform is backward compatible. It's supporting the previous technology. It's allowing it to run in its environment and to display the result, so that anything that was created in the older technology doesn't get stopped. They still continue, but
Okay.
it'll be just going in a, what do you call it, same, it'll be just in a Visual Force. Any given time they want to repair this, then they need a people with a Visual Force knowledge, because, right, it is a Visual Force, that's it. That's the reason the course include Visual Force till
Okay. So
2025. Let me complete, please. Till
go ahead.
2025, or between 2025 to 2027, Visual Force will be there. After 2027, actually the roadmap is 2030. 10 years from now, there'll be no Visual Force. If you join this class after 2030, there'll be no Visual Force. The way you never even heard something called as S control. You never even heard there is something called as S control. Before Visual Force, it was S control. S control. I did my programming life in S control. From S control, I moved to Visual Force, right? your generation didn't see the S control. Your generation is seeing Visual Force. Your generation, current generation, is in a transition phase. The next generation who will join after 2030, they will never even know that there's something called as Visual Force was there. The way you don't know that there was something called S control earlier. Right? Earlier there was, in 2006, 2004, when I started my career, 2007 I started my career, it was S control in Salesforce. There was no Visual Force. After 3 years, we got something called as Visual Force. 2009 ending, we got Visual Force. Now somebody might be asking, Rupam?
Yeah, it's again me, Rupam. Let's say a company started the development in Visual Force, okay?
Mhm.
Uh, and then they wanted to continue the further development in LWC. Will that be possible?
No. They can do that. They can do that. You can call an LWC inside a Visual Force page. Yes. Right? It's all this direction, that direction. Both directions are supported.
Okay.
But for the long term, this is not advisable. For the next 10 years, it's enjoyable. No issues at all. I told you the roadmap.
Yep.
Right? Somebody would have used S control in 2007, still continue the S control. S controls are still supported with a Visual Force. S control is not supported in Lightning. So that means now same thing will repeat. Visual Force will be still supported in Lightning, but after certain times, right, it will not be. You cannot call a Visual Force in LWC. LWC is the next generation, and that's the last. Rupam, will keep on going like this? No. Salesforce is also saying enough is enough. We don't want to give a trouble to our clients every time, from S control to Visual Force to Lightning, Lightning to LWC. We don't want to give it trouble. LWC is the last and final stop. For the next 100 years, there is no plan of any other technology, right? Because you have reached the max. LWC is an open source technology, right? Which is using Java and DOM, right? Which doesn't have any copyrights. It is a free technology that we are using. And hence, LWC is the future, and it will be always a future, right? After 50 years, when your son will join, and if I live or I have the capability of teaching, then I'll be teaching my son and your son only LWC, nothing else. Got it, guys? Anybody has any questions before we proceed? Complete clarity? Yes, no, yes, no, still questions, still confusion?
Yes, Rupam.
Yeah.
All good? Now, in other words, you are in such a phase where one technology is getting decommissioned, another technology is getting commissioned and also getting the popularity, right? This is the right time for institute to encash, right? So that's the reason Lightning is a separate course. Plus, Lightning development is completely different. We will not do this programming, something different programming. It's a different technology, Aura programming. It's again a 3 months. So hence, we didn't add it to this course. But in 2030, we will add it to this course. I give you that surety. Correct? Now let's go ahead. So you are about to learn a technology which is getting outdated. You are about to enter the world of technology, which in another 5 to 7 years is going to get outdated. Right? Let me call this out. Right? There we go. That is the reason I'm inviting you on Saturday morning class to join the new bullet train. New bullet train that has come. Right? So that you start building your career on the bullet train. rather than on the traditional train, right? So there we go. Apex page.
But Rupam, integration. But Rupam, one question. But regarding the integration point of view, when we are doing in the classic or in the, I mean,
See,
lightning
logics
experience, it's
and
going to be the
one
same,
minute,
or
one minute, one minute. It's same. See, I'm talking UI. What is a UI? This is a UI. I click on account.
User interface.
User interface. These are, I'm talking about UI development. See, when you click this button,
no, I'm not asking.
wait.
I'm asking.
You are asking what you're asking. I got it, right? But you are not able to get. Wait. When you click this button, a logic has to be executed. When the same thing, if I shift to Lightning, the UI changes. The beautiness of the same account. I click on App Manager, right? Wait, let it come. Okay. I click on App Manager. I click on App Manager. I click on View All, right? I click on Sales. I click on Account. Wait. You'll understand my point, right? You see, if when I click on Account, I'm opening the same account. One is right here. Okay, I can't access two at a time. Okay, yeah. I open Government of Telangana State. The visibility, see the visibility, how it is been looked, right? Government of Telangana State is account, and I can see the visibility. See, this visibility is called, right, UI. When I click on edit, a logic has to run. The logic has nothing to do with Lightning or Classic. When I click on save, a logic has to run to save this number to the database 444. I click on save. When I click on it, how is it saving to the database? The data is on the screen. The database is somewhere in California, United States. I am in India. I am filling the data. I click on save. What is happening? Right? Phone number cannot be less than 5 digits. Let's say that I write a program. Those are logics. Logic has nothing to do with your Classic or Lightning. Classic or Lightning is just the UI, user interface. This is a Lightning screen. When I click on my name and I shift to Classic, the same Government of Telangana I will open. Account, right? Government of Telangana State, same data I'm opening. Here my screen looks like this. See, appearance is different. Here also I'll click on edit. Here I click the button save. I change the phone number, fax number from 888. Logic remains same. The appearance of the data, appearance of this button, right? In this button, I can put some icons. I can put a lot of icons. In Classic, buttons doesn't have icons. Button has a plain button. But in Lightning, buttons will have, images, colors. See, UI. But when you click the button, the logic remains same, right? So whether it's a Classic, whether it's a Lightning, logic part is common. Integration part is common. When I click on save, immediately whatever the data I enter here has to be posted in Facebook. That's a logic. As soon as I click the save button from the database, pull the data, call the Facebook link, pass the data to the Facebook link, post it on the Facebook. Facebook will give a response. Hey, I received the data and I posted. On the Salesforce screen, I will display your data is now been posted in Facebook. Maybe in the description, I will update here. Behind that, all these things happening is the logic. Logic same, right? With Lightning, with Classic, you are building the logic. Sorry, you're building the design, the screen. Logic remains same. Logic Apex is both for Classic and Lightning. Apex is same. However, as I told you, Rupam, if it's just a UI, then why people are dying so much? Why people are dying for lightning? It's just if it's a UI, right? Nothing is affecting the data, nothing is affecting anything. It's just the representation. There the button has a color, here the button doesn't have a color. My company says, hey, thank you, I don't need colors, I'm fine with it, right? If my data is represented like this, I'm fine. I don't want this new generation designing. I don't want to shift to lightning. Is it only a designing change? No. Is it only a designing change? No. The way you're writing a logic, right? Lightning, Visualforce has only designing. Lightning has designing plus logic of its own. Plus, it can use Salesforce logic also. Got it now the difference? Visualforce has only designing. Logic is Apex. When I click this button, I cannot write a program in Visualforce in this button program. I have to write a class, a method, which will come in another 5 classes. We'll in the classes and method after the language construct is done. So Visualforce is only for UI, right? No logics. Logics is written in Apex. So design is separate, logic is separate. MVC development style, model view controller development style, right? Perfect. In Lightning, it also follows the same thing, right? You can have designing and you can call the class Apex class. Along with that, Lightning offers you logic in Lightning also. So Lightning consists of UI plus Lightning logic plus Apex logic. Apex logic. Just give me a sec here. Right? I have this. Got the difference? Visualforce is design, only design. Logic is Apex. Visualforce plus Apex gives you a complete functionality. In the Lightning plus Lightning logic plus Apex logic. That means I don't want to write an Apex logic. I want to write the logic on the design itself. You can do that. Got the difference? We call them as client-side controllers. In Classic or in Visualforce, there is nothing called client-side controller. We depend on server-side controller. What is a server-side controller? The logic, which is called Apex, which are about to learn. You are going to learn that, right? Lightning consists of Lightning, designing by Aura, plus client-side controller, plus server-side controller. You can choose whatever you want. But here, designing plus server-side controller. There is no concept of client-side controllers. Got the difference, everyone? Yes or no?
Yeah, so the difference is like Windows Phone and Android phone, right? So only the visual is difference, and we have the BlackBerry also, BlackBerry OS.
Just give me, let me call my mother once she's trying to reach me out. Yep. So that's how it goes on, right? Okay.
Rupam,
Yeah.
can I ask the question?
Yep. Go ahead. You can.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So my question is regarding the integration point of view, which is nothing but the third-party systems. So if we are integrating with with the Salesforce Classic, so whatever the integration which we are going to do with the third-party system, is it going to be the same in the Lightning experience too,
Yeah,
or it's going
obviously,
to be
no.
different?
See, what is an integration? It's a logic, as I told you.
Yeah, that is the question. Yeah, that is the question. That's my question I'm asking before.
Okay, guys, I need to just go for 2 minutes down. Okay, looks like that my mother, she's a teacher, and she's not able to connect to internet, and her class is, she's teaching class. It's I just need to figure it out. Give me a couple of minutes here. Okay, I'm sorry for that. Right, I'll be back within 4 or 5 minutes max.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
This conference will now be
Okay, we'll do one
recorded.
thing, Rupam.
Yes, tell me.
So after the class, just give 5 minutes so you can stop recording at that time so we can discuss and get all the everyone's number.
Sure. Sure. No problem. You can do that.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, please don't end the session. Yeah.
Sure, sir. My pleasure.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Also, Rupam, if you could give access so that we could chat, because I have only presenter access and I can't, chat with everybody.
You can chat with.
I mean, those who are interested, they can put their numbers in the chat group. So, like I'm creating the group, so we can add. I can add them in here, and meanwhile, you can continue, Rupam, the class.
Okay. Right. That's good. Fine. Let's get into that subject. So, the first keyword that we learned yesterday was page block. What does the page block does? It divides the page into multiple blocks. It divides the page into multiple blocks. Page block. Right? Now, inside the page block, I can divide the block further into sections. Apex, page block section, page block section. I can say title equals to, right, basic or general info. Right. I can go ahead and I can copy this. Right. Okay. Right. And then I can change anything. I can say general info, registration info, reg info, right? I can divide this page into multiple sections. This is what we did yesterday, guys. Till yesterday, this is what we did. I can say that I can divide as many as sections I want. I just need to copy paste the same command again, and I will say that, right? Registration info, right? I will say that payment info, something like that. Payment details, Control S. Go ahead, see the preview. Okay, we don't have any preview anywhere. Fine. So I click on preview. Right? Automatically, you can see that this is how the output comes. This is how the output comes. This is how the output comes. This is what we learned so far. I can copy paste this command, Control C, right? Like this one more, called as, right? FAMILY, family personal details. Personal details, right? I can say immediate family information, relatives information, friends information. Control S, and you see the output, how it comes. I've divided the page, right? This is how the output comes, right? Perfect. This is what we did till yesterday's class. Now let's go ahead. Today we will learn new word. What is that? Output. Here I want to display account information. I want to connect my page to an account table, to a contact table, to a passenger table, to a payment table. How should I do that? The first thing is that this whole page, I will go ahead and I will say spacebar, standard controller. Standard controller equals to account. Done. My page is connected to account table. Apex page, standard controller equals to account. This page is now connected to the account table, and you come here, you see that the color will change now, right? Here, after it saves, any error? Standard controller, it's saving. I'm still saving. I'm waiting. You see that the color of the page is now black, right? You can see that all the sections are black. As soon as it saves and it refreshes, the color will change from black to white. There we go. It's reloading automatically, right? And the color will change to gray, steel gray, whatever the color is. It immediately took the account. What color is this? This is the color you select while you connect your object to a tab. Well, whenever I create a object called as patient, immediately I'll create a tab, object tab. I click new. Then I used to do inky pinky ponky, father has a donkey, one color, one icon I used to choose, that color. If you'd have chosen red color, this would have been red. If you'd have chosen green color, this would have been green. If I go ahead and if I say, right, right, if I go ahead, sorry, there was a little gap here. My son is shouting, right? If I choose, if I say standard controller equals to opportunity and I click on save, saving, it's still saving. I'm waiting for the saving to save the page. Guys, everyone can hear me? Is it clear? Yes.
Clear, Rupam.
Right, it's
Perfect.
saved. Now you see that the same page color has changed to what? Yellow. Why? Why, Rupam? Right? Whenever you go to opportunity, right? Opportunity has, right? I click on opportunity, right? Whenever I click on opportunity, the opportunity tab style is golden yellow. The way while you create, see, can you see the opportunity background is showing golden yellow? And all the lines are also yellow, golden yellow, whatever you call it. Similarly, we created patient, if you remember. We created patient, right? Under the hospital management, in the admin classes, we created a table called as patient. Here it is. What is the color of this table? Might be pink, if I remember roughly. Right? I'm loading the patient table. Right? See, pink color, pink lining. Can you see? Now, if I come and change in the program, right? PATIENT, patient _ C, custom table. I'm not connecting to the system object. I'm connecting to the custom object. Control S. System is saving. Right? I've changed the table. I've now gone to a custom table. Immediately, you see that this all changes to the right pinkish color or whatever color you call it. Tab style. All these will align to the tab style. Rupam, I want to overwrite it. Yes, we can do that. So now see that it's connected to the patient table. You can display. So don't think that standard controller will take only Salesforce objects as object. No, it also take custom object. Standard controller equals to payment _ C. Standard controller equals to applicant _ C. I'm talking about custom tables you can connect. Because there are a lot of fields we created, right? First name _ last name _ C. Because it will be difficult for us to go and check every time come back, I'm taking account. Apex page standard controller equals to account. Automatically, the page is now connected to the account table and it acquires the account table style. Right? Now, inside the general info section, I want to display some data. I will say Apex output field. Write down the new command that you have learned today. Apex output field. Apex output field. To display right an existing field. To display an existing field in a read-only mode. To display an existing field in a read-only mode. Right? Apex output field. So if the field doesn't exist, you can't use it. There's a word I'm using called existing. Each and every word that I'm giving you has a meaning there. Read only. That means you cannot double click on it. You cannot edit it. It will give you only the output. Apex, right? Output field. Here are the properties. Label, style, I will say value. Value equals to always a function. I'm zooming the screen in so that it looks much bigger at your end. Apex output field. Focus at line number 4. Apex line number 4. This one. Apex output field. Whenever you call a function, whenever you call, what is a function? We'll talk later. Whenever you called a field, you have to always call like this. Curly bracket, exclamation, table name, ACCOUNT account. Account is the table name. Dot, the field name. Field name is name. In a curly bracket with an exclamation symbol. Account dot name. I'm putting it back to its original status. How many such field do you want? Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. Account dot name, account dot phone, account dot fax, account dot industry, account dot rating, account dot billing city. See, these are my output field. Control S on the keyboard, saving, 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 saved. Now you see that you got those fields there. But there is no data. Why? You didn't ask this page to populate the data. If you go to account, there are so many accounts are there. See, which data to display here? Whose data to display here? You have 101 accounts in your database. Show me government of Telangana state. Let's assume I'm switching to lightning, right? Show me government of Telangana state data, right? Government of Telangana state. I go to the details. Does it have rating? Does it has rating? No. See, I'm entering the rating. Wait. Hot. Does it has industry? No. I'm entering it bank. It's a government, no? So I'll look for government. Does it has billing city? I will say Hyderabad. I click on save. I want this particular data to be displayed in the page. First, copy the ID. I've copied the ID. I come to my page, right? Remove everything till question mark. Till you see your name of, you have a page, till you see the name of your page. VF underscore 2101 underscore my main page. Question mark ID equals to, place the ID here. Press enter. I'm testing. Now you see that the data gets populated. Account name, Government of Telangana State. Phone number 444. Industry, government. Rating, hot. Billing city, Hyderabad. Fax, not there. Here also not there. Rupam, is it that for every account I have to hard code like this? No. System will dynamically take the ID when we deploy it. Now we are developing it. We are in the testing phase. That is the reason manually I'm entering an ID here on the top and I'm testing whether my field is working fine or not. Correct? Everybody understood how I got this data on this page? If I
Rupam,
give any other, yep.
yeah, sorry to interrupt. So you have copied the ID name from this one, right?
Right.
Another account.
Mhm.
So whatever the source code which you
account,
have for,
whichever account you want to test with, I want to test with any account, then copy the ID of that account.
okay. So the source code of this ID will be reflecting on developer force. I mean, sorry, on the developer council.
No,
So whatever the,
it will not. No, it will not. If I go to the developer console, sorry, here I'm going to the developer console. Where do I see the ID? Nowhere do I see the ID.
So if the client requires the same what you did right now, so he needs the same data which is already developed, and you want to get the same data in another program, like if he has any other requirement. So can we do simultaneously like this? Like, can we add the data? Can we fetch the data,
Yes.
that ID to this ID?
Yeah, you can.
Instead of writing all the code.
What code we have written? I mean, I'm still not able to understand what you're trying to explain.
Okay, so by using the ID, so you have fetched the data to the new one.
From the database, I fetched a data regarding an account called Government of Telangana State. There could be two accounts with the same name. That is the reason I've taken the unique ID equals to. ID equals to. You want to fetch the data based on certain condition as per client requirement? Yes, we can do that. Currently, for the testing purposes, right? I just fetched one record, whichever I like it, to test to see, is it my fields are populating correctly? Is it the sequence of the field is perfect? After the phone number, I want fax, right? After that, I want rating. Okay, then I can go. This is just a manual testing. The way you give here, it's coming up there, right? Actually, my requirement is not side by side. My requirement is straight one line. Then what I will do, I will come here. I will say Apex page block section spacebar columns equals to 1. Anything inside this would be one column. Control S. Saving. Saved. Go to the page. It will refresh and everything will come in one column. By the way, again the data is lost. So again I have to go ahead. I have to remove this equals to the ID and press enter. I'm testing it. Right? I'm testing it. So, right? Enter. Question mark ID equals to. Don't forget the word ID. ID equals to, press enter, and system will populate the data. No, I want in 3 column. I will say 3. Anything in this section will be split into 3 columns. There we go. You see 3 columns. split in 3 columns. Split in 3 columns. Right? Earlier 2, 1 you can do from here. If you don't give column, then by default it's 2. Control S. System is saving, right? Reflecting. Now I want to test whether actually the system is able to retrieve the data from the database or not. How can I test it? Question mark after the page name, question mark, ID equals to. Wow, it's working fine. Perfect. Next, right? For this account, I want to see all the related cases. I go to the case, or I want to see all the opportunities. There are one opportunity. Let's see that we'll create 2 or 3 opportunities. I'm creating one more. Test 2. Test 2. Amount 80,000. Right? Close date 27th. Stage. This. Save. How many opportunities are there? Under the government of Telangana state, there are 2 opportunities. How many cases? 0. Let's create a case also. 1. Right? Status, case origin, phone. Scrolling down, subject line, product, PRODUC, product damaged. Click on save. A case got created. So government of Telangana state has 2 opportunity, 1 cases. I want to display those in my page. How to do that? Let's come here. Now, under the first section, I've put an output field. Now I will go to the second section. I press enter. In 1.1 section, I'm doing 1.1 programming. The next command, write down Apex related list. Apex related list. Write down the next command. Numbers, you put it. Apex related list. To display default view. To display default view of a related bracket relationship object. Related object. Bracket relationship. Apex related list. You cannot say Apex related list equals to passenger. Accounts and passengers are not linked. Relationship classes. Right? That is the reason before you come to development, you should have done your admin. How to create that passenger table? I'm not here to show you. How to connect a passenger table to a payment table? I'm not here to show you those. That's already done in the admin classes. If you are connecting to a patient table, if the patient is linked to payment, I want to see all the payment details. This is called related list. Whenever there is a relationship exist, then only you can use Apex related list. Line number 12. Right? Line number 12. Apex related list. List equals to CASES, cases. Control S on the keyboard. List equals to cases. Come and see. Once again, I go ahead, I remove, right? I'll say question mark ID equals to. Now what happens, you see? So that the case comes here. Case has come. Case has come. Right? You want to display more? Yes. Once again, I'm writing Apex related list. List equals to, give the plural name. OPPORTUNITIES. Not opportunity. opportunities. Got the importance of plural name? Where do you see the plural name? Whenever you create an object, admin classes, whenever you create an object, when you give the name payment, immediately the next column will be plural name, payments. Give here payments, right? Control S, save. I go and I check my output. Every time I have to do this. Question mark ID is this. Now you see that both comes in. Okay, by the way, I copy this whole link. I close the tab. I click on new tab. I paste the link. I press enter. Whatever the tab that was opened or controlled by the developer console, I closed it. That means going forward, if you make any change in the program, it will not reflect here automatically. You have to reload this page manually. Because the tab which was opened and controlled by the developer console, I closed it. Why? Because every time it was removing the ID, because ID is for testing, right? I'm placing the ID and I'm checking whether my list is coming or not, whether my program is working or not. System is resetting that ID. It's going back to original page.
Rupam, I have a doubt. Sorry.
Yep, tell me.
Yeah. So we have here new case button and new opportunity
Right.
button, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can we add a new case here directly?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
All the features of that particular list is available. I want to push this to the next line. Multiple ways to do that. You can just go ahead and say this too. I want to push. Either you can use a paragraph tag, P tag, or a break tag, BR, break tag. Break start, break closes. Break start, break closes. Control S. Go ahead and check. This time it will not refresh. You have to refresh manually. Press enter. So it came to the next line. You have to give a break tag. Actually, the break tag is given like this. This is the way the break tag is given. Control S, meaning is same, no problem. Otherwise, you can remove the break tag and you can say section column equals to 1. Control S. See the difference? I have to go and manually refresh it. See the difference between column equals to 1. Whenever I say column equals to 1, full page it has occupied. Full page it has occupied. Default view. Here, action, name, stage, amount, close date. Right? When you go to the Salesforce, right? Okay, let me switch to classic. That'll be more good. Why am right? Whatever the default view you see for this particular account. What account? Account. Government of Telangana state. I scroll down. Action. Opportunity name. Stage. Amount. Close date. Whatever the default view is there, that's exactly been displayed in my screen. Same thing. Rupam, I want my selective columns. No. In that case, you have to go ahead and you have to, using your admin knowledge, you have to go ahead and you have to add these columns. List view. With your admin knowledge, you have to do this. For example, patient. I open the patient. I open a patient. Right? Patient history, fees and payment, action, receipt number, amount, payment mode. This is a related list. Same thing for account, I'm doing it. For cases and opportunity. Can I add my custom columns? No. If you want to add your custom column, then you need to go ahead and add a custom table. Let's go ahead and add a table. We have another 5 more minutes. I'll take and then disconnect. Right? Custom table.
And how to get ID?
How to get ID? On the top, the ID is there, no? Here on the address bar.
Pasting the ID. You're pasting the ID last.
Yeah.
After
After the page name, wherever your name ends, question mark ID equals to. Question mark ID equals to. I've pinged to everyone. After your page name ends, immediately, this is my page name that I created, VF2101, my main page. That is what I created. That is what I created. That is what I created.
okay, okay.
Correct? Perfect.
Rupam, one question. So in the programming, so the standard controller is going to be controlling the entire program, the rest of the thing?
It is controlling the database connection. That's it.
So
Standard
if we
controller
give the
is
standard
controlling
controller
the.
as a,
Mhm.
okay, yeah,
Give
go
us.
ahead.
Give us what?
No, the standard controller is equal to account, right? So you have taken the account table. So
Mm.
here the output field you are considering the account
Account only, right?
name,
Correct.
account phone.
Correct.
Yeah. So that means the output field is completely depends upon the standard controller.
Obviously, whichever is the field database, right? Can I connect more than one table? No. One page, only one table as of now. Can I say account, comma, contact, comma, right, comma, something? No. Account. This page, anything related to the data will be now only through account. So account.phone, account.fax is nothing but account table data. Then I have, right, the account is linked to cases, account is linked to opportunity, related list. Right?
So whatever which we are considering in the standard controller, so even the output field and also as well as the related list should be depend on it.
Obviously, right? You're connecting to that particular table. You're connecting to one table. You're connecting to account table. How can you get information from a table called as payment? You didn't even connected it. There is no foreign master key relationship. Obviously, right? Can I get, for example, let's take, I go to this account again. Let's go ahead. Government of Telangana State. I'll take another 5-10 minutes here, guys. Let's say contacts. I say new contact. I will say first contact is Mr. KCR. KCR. Last name is KCR. Right? Mobile number 2222. Email address kcr@ts.com. I click on save and new. I'm creating one more contact person for Government of Telangana State. Mr. KTR, his son, Tarak Ramarao, okay, KTR, right? Email ktr@ts.com. Save and new. I'm creating one more, Kavita, her daughter, his daughter, Kavita. I don't know her last name, so A. Right? Email address kavita@ts.com. Click save. Government of Telangana State has 3 contacts. I open Government of Telangana State. Government of Telangana State has 3 contact persons. I want to display all of them. You know this very well. Related list equals to contacts, because account is linked to contacts. On the page, when I refresh, I have to manually, when I refresh, I'll be able to see the third one called contact. It's showing contact name, email, phone. No. I want contact first name, contact last name, and email. Selective fields. How can I do that? I want a selective field on my page. To do this, we will use a next command called as apex. Apex page block table. Write down. Apex page block table. Apex page block table. Apex page block table. To display a table in an apex page. Bracket formatted. Bracket formatted. To display an table in an apex page. Bracket formatted. A formatted table. Bracket formatted. There is another table command. There are two table commands available. This is the first table command I'm using. Apex page block table. Right? What do you want to display? I press space bar. I scroll down. I see value. Value equals to exclamation ACCOUNT account dot. From the account, go to contact table. Go to contacts. From account, go to contacts. Right? Now, every time I have to write account dot contact dot first name, account dot contacts dot last name, account dot contact dot phone, account dot contact dot. It's too long. I will say var variable. I will say AC. Going forward, I will say AC dot first name. This whole will be treated as AC. Control S, no error. Next, inside the table, I want a column. Write down apex column. Apex column. To display column inside a table. You cannot use column command separately. Without a table command, you cannot use a column command. Apex column. Value equals to, right? Value equals to curly bracket, exclamation, AC dot first name. Whatever the column that you want. AC dot last name. Next, AC dot email. Next, I want whichever the column I want, I can select by my own. AC dot mobile phone. This fields has to be existent. Control S. Come here. I refresh. See, my table appears. Here is my table. First name, last name, email address, mobile. Whichever column I want, I select it. Right? I go here. I'm in the payment details. Inside that, I created a table. Guys, able to understand? Yes or no?
Yes, Rupam.
So,
Yes. That's good. Everybody is able to understand?
Yes.
all programmers, non-programmers, doing it for the first time, first class, how slowly I'm building the page, the UI part of it, right? So there's a page block table. Inside the table, these are the columns. From the account, I'm going to the contact. From the contact, I'm picking up the contact, first name, last name, and that will called AC. Rather than me typing account dot contacts dot first name, account dot contact dot last name, account dot contacts dot email, it's too lengthy. So the whole thing is treated as AC, var, a variable. And then I'm saying AC dot first name, AC dot last name, AC dot email, whatever the fields you want, right? I go ahead and I say column equals to 1. Control S. Saving, saved. I press enter manually, right? You see that the column comes. Now, one of the column width I won't increase. The first name column width I won't increase. First name, space bar. You have the width. Scroll down. See, there's something called width. Width equals to 200. Control S. Right? Go ahead and refresh. See, I have reduced. Actually, I should be increasing, but the first column width got reduced. Width equals to 800. I'll go ahead and refresh. So that the first column width got increased. I can control from here. Width. You see? Width. Able to understand, guys? Everyone? Yes or no? What I'm doing? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Rupam,
That's.
apart from
Tell me.
the you said there are 107 of those. So how many other commands like are there, like the weight, the standard controller and
We'll
stuff
start
like that?
using no. We'll start using no. Now, how many have you learned so far? How many have you learned so far? What is the number in the notes?
6.
6 or 7.
6. So 100 more to go. 6 or 7, whatever it is. 100 more
Uh,
to go.
no,
But
I'm not
don't
talking
think
about.
that. Oh, just give me a second, okay? Don't think that I'll teach you all the 100. I will teach you 40. Most commonly, most frequently. Once I use 40, the remaining you can use by yourself. I'll give you the dictionary. Check the dictionary, use it. Right? Tell me, what is your question now?
No, so you're saying about the Apex, like the Apex block table or Apex page block or whatever, but that command which says standard controller or what are where are
These are
they?
properties. They will vary from command to command. For example, page has how many? Oh, long list. Page has, these are called attributes. Page might have 20 attributes, whereas when I come to the column, I have how many? I have this much. When I come to the list, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. List has only 6, whereas page can have 20. Attributes are not same for every command. Every command has an attribute. An attribute can change. Somewhere it might be only 2, somewhere it might be 30, depending on the controls that you can perform with that particular command. So these attributes are not standard size everywhere, right? Related list, how many are there? Only 6, right? Here, how many are there? If I come to the Apex output field, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9. But in standard controller, oh man, who will count? So maybe 30 or 35, something like that, approximately. Don't think that everywhere in page block also title is there, in page block section also title is there, title will be there everywhere. No, everywhere title will not be there. Everywhere title will not be there. So don't think that, okay, Rupam, see here also I can see title. Maybe, right? But title is not there everywhere. Remember this. Or ID list is not there everywhere. Everywhere there'll be one thing common, that is ID. ID will be there everywhere. What is that ID? We'll see later. Clear? Answer your questions?
Yes, Rupam.
That's it for today. We will meet tomorrow. Same time, same link. So till then, nice and wonderful day. Bye-bye, guys. Take care.
Can you give 5 minutes time?
Yeah,
So,
definitely. No
yeah,
issues.
I can stop the recording.
Right?
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll stop the recording and I will